wanting to watch this video for a while now, but since we got a little bit busy and stressed the past weeks, I've kind of forgotten about it again. But I believe Rosie had reacted to it and uploaded it on YouTube, which got me reminded, oh, I wanted to react to this too. So here we are, the single mother VTuber that overcame everything. Let's watch this. For Mom, thank you for sacrificing your dreams so I could pursue mine. Aww. That's very wholesome.
On April 9th, 2025, a JP indie VTuber named Otsuka Rei posts a heartfelt letter to her daughter starting kindergarten.
My daughter Reika will be entering kindergarten this spring. Without everybody's support, I wouldn't have been able to raise her as a single mother.
From these two sentences alone, I knew I had to tell Rei's story to the Western audience.
Aww.
Inspired, I DM'd Rei for an interview to learn more about this resilient story of being a single mother in Japan and being able to support her only daughter through her VTuber activities. Rei graciously agreed to answer my questions, so now I will tell her story. This story begins with a Japanese girl falling in love with a particular individual. Sadly, he ended up being
Bro.
a Japanese girl falling in love with a particular.
You guys know where this character is from? Pretty sure that's from Maid Summer. Bro, I watched that anime. What a fucking goated anime. Man, it's been over 10 years.
Individual. Sadly, he ended up being a playboy and Rei got pregnant. If things could be even more intense, she found out that she was pregnant.
The day I found out I was unexpectedly
Bro, and also the Wolf Children anime, man. But damn.
pregnant, I felt anxious. My parents were repeatedly in and out of the hospital.
Do we know how old she
and
was?
I don't have any siblings. I wasn't sure if I could raise a baby properly without anyone to rely on.
She was definitely on the fence about giving birth, and to complicate things, Rei was a physically weak person.
Maybe 'cause girls can bribe staff, VTubers can't.
Oh, you're still on about the previous topic. I don't know, man. Either way, we're watching another react now, man.
She was definitely on the fence about giving birth, and to complicate things, Rei was a physically weak person, so people around her was concerned about whether she could safely give birth. What shifted Rei's mind was her familiar duties to her father and grandmother. Both of these family members told Rei personally that they wanted to see the face of her unborn daughter, and these very words influenced this young woman to give birth.
My father received a terminal prognosis and my grandmother was already of an old age. I wanted to make them happy while they were still alive. And this feeling also motivated my determination to give birth to Reika-chan.
I don't know. I don't feel like you should get pressured by family to have a baby. And it should solely be your decision. Not, I don't know. Like, I don't like abortions, right? But I do believe women should have the right to abort if they want to. I personally don't want to ever really abort. I don't know. I'm for my personal beliefs. I'm for my body against it. But I believe that women should have the right to decide if they want to keep a baby or not. So I don't know. It feels kind of weird, like wanting to keep the baby for the happiness of her family. But it probably wasn't all to it. But it probably did influence the decision.
It was important to mention that Reika's birth itself was a difficult one. Due to Rei's weak physical body, she was actually in critical condition during the child rearing process. It got so bad at one point, the doctor approached Rei's father and asked him, do you want to save Rei or Reika? Thankfully, both did their best to persevere, and so Reika safely came into this world.
I'm glad that it all turned out to be good for them. That they both turned out healthy enough. They both overcame the birth. I do not approve outside certain circumstances like fruit-related cases, but feel women should be able to get one safely. Fruit-related cases? What? Even though I agree with you on that, I'm glad that because of that decision they both came out okay, even though it looked grim. Yeah. No, I mean, like, if it turned out well in the end, right, who am I to judge? Or, like, who am I to complain about it? I just feel like you shouldn't make that decision for someone else but yourself, is what I mean, right? I'm a little bit of a negative Nancy with that, I guess, but that's just what I mean.
It was during this time where a president of some agency tried to recruit this new mother to become an idol streamer at their company.
Oh my god.
Because Rei loved singing and dancing
Actually-
and needed a source of income to support her newborn, she jumped at the opportunity. This is kind of where Rei entered her Oshinoko arc because
Actually,
while she was doing her
Oshinoko arc.
idol activities, she had to keep it a secret from her fans that Reika exists. Lady Luck was on this new idol side because she was getting more popular as an idol streamer and was actually getting a lot of money from fans. But at a certain point, Rei felt a growing burden of lying to her fans. But on a much more important note, there's also the possibility of making Reika feel lonely. This is where she made a complete career shift towards VTubing. But why VTubing?
Originally, I performed as an idol without concealing my face.
Okay, that's what I was confused about. Was she like an idol VTuber? Or was she literally an idol in person? But she was an idol in person, alright. Alright, fair enough.
But I had an opportunity to perform alongside VTubers at an event. Witnessing how much they enjoyed performing and how brightly they shone on stage sparked my interest in this world of VTubing. I was also deeply moved by the enthusiasm of the fans, which made me think I also want to dive into this world too.
VTubing just made sense in this case because it was the optimal choice of raising Reika as a single mother by being able to work from home while maintaining a certain level of privacy. What made things even more interesting is that this new VTuber made the conscious decision of including Reika in her streams.
My daughter is still young and in such an irreplaceable stage of childhood, so I would always like to be by her side. As expected, baby Reika would cry for milk every few hours.
Of
I
course.
don't have
As babies do. Like, what are you gonna do?
anyone close to me whom I can trust Reika to, and I think it's impossible to hide the truth while doing streaming activities alone.
One other thing that Rei mentioned was that she fondly looked back on the times her parents had recorded videos of her childhood. In many of the same ways, streaming together with her daughter was a way to preserve her daughter's growth and memories. Well, I'm very happy Reika was included in her streams because she is so precious. I mean, look at the time she found out that she was going to Sanrio Boroland.
Aww. Oh my god. That's awesome.
Personally, my favorite part of this dynamic is
It's
when
so
Reika would jump
adorable.
on for a karaoke stream and sing with her mother.
Oh my god. It's so adorable. It's so adorable.
I'm thankful to God this girl isn't my niece because if she asked for pocket money at a family function, I would deadass Venmo her $500, send her 5.59 Bitcoin, and start a trust fund for her. Ray-san actually shared.
It's so adorable. This activates the protective father within me. This makes me want to hug my dog. It's so adorable. It's so adorable.
With me that she plans on releasing an original song with Reika-chan, and it will be a cute children's song. On my mama, when that peak drops, you know what I'm blasting when the bros hand me the aux cord. What's truly amazing is how a medium like VTubing makes content like this accessible and is able to give individuals like Rei an opportunity to pursue their dreams, but also have the opportunity of being so involved with raising their children.
Yeah, VTubing is beautiful in that regards. Like, obviously, I cannot, like, talk about raising children in this case. I don't have a freaking child. But VTubing does give a lot of people opportunities. Like, me with social anxiety, being able to stream and not having constant fear of being judged by my every move, for example. And I know, for example, Mia, the shark VTuber, if you guys know her, she's a German shark VTuber. Also, VTubing gave her a lot of chances to... Like, many such cases, really. Like, so many people were able to find their place in the world thanks to VTubing.
I am truly glad from the bottom of my heart that I
Jenny's
chose
your
to become a
child.
VTuber. My body isn't very strong, so I believe it will be difficult for me to continue as an idol or get a regular full-time job while raising a child on my own. I was a victim of stalking during my idol days.
Oh, there it is. There it
So
is.
for the sake of protecting my child's privacy, being a
That's
VTuber
important,
where I
yeah.
don't have to show myself is the choice that can give me peace of mind. Most importantly, Because the VTuber work style exists, I don't have to miss the irreplaceable moments of being with Reika.
But
That's actually such a smart thing to do, man. Actually, so smart to be able to just still VTube, still do what you enjoy doing, still be able to entertain people and pursue your dreams while still being with your child. Honestly, streaming is such a privilege. It is, and it's an amazing thing.
beyond this miracle story, I also wanted to get Rei's perspective on being a single mother in Japan. It would be an understatement to say that there is a huge negative stigma towards single mothers in this country. Japan is a place that embraces traditional values and has a strong emphasis on family structure, especially having a two-parent household. A single
Yeah, aren't single mothers looked down upon, and they look down upon as if they're like a failure of a woman or something in Japan. Like I feel like I heard something like that, which is really sad to hear, man. Japan is very strict.
mother is the complete antithesis of this. So, when a normal Japanese person initially runs into single mothers, they are instantly labeled as irresponsible, failed, or
Irresponsible,
even
failed,
selfish for raising a
selfish
child alone.
status.
In Japan,
Jesus,
the reality
man.
is that being a single mother often doesn't leave a good impression. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in a difficult financial situation, and it is not uncommon for people to think that poverty equals our own fault.
This is a common belief
Damn.
held by many Japanese people based on the current standings of this group. According to the scholarly paper, Evidence from Low-Income Single Mothers in Contemporary Japan, 51.4% of single mother households in Japan live below the poverty line, which is one of the highest rates among developed countries. Many people just overlook
wow.
how hard it is of truly raising a kid alone in Japan.
No matter how hard we work, we also face prejudice, such as
Like, generally raising a child on your own is hard, right? Like, you gotta have the money to, like, for someone to look after your child if you have to work. And if you can't work, you need money to support you and your child. Like, generally, it's hard to be a single parent. And yes, in Japan, it's even harder. But I don't want to downplay that, but I also want to just say it's generally very hard.
Japan.
no matter how hard we work, we also face prejudice, such as you only care about work and neglect your child.
What?
I don't think you can properly raise your child. The truth is, we work that hard because we care about our child. However, I feel like it is hard for others to understand that.
I could definitely feel Rei's frustration of people looking down on single mothers like her who put everything on the line for their children. She shares things like, as a mother, what brings me the most joy is seeing my daughter smile. No matter how tired I am, Reika's adorable smile always heals me. Or observes
Aww.
that children mimic what parents do as they grow up. That's why I have to work
wholesome.
hard to be a role model for my daughter. When
That's so
I
wholesome.
hear these deep, meaningful answers about being a single mother, I can only show my respect for people like Rei.
Yeah.
My respect for her
Oops,
only
sorry.
grew further as she gave encouragements to single parents out there diligently raising their children on their own.
We'll listen to that in a moment. Yeah, I like Japan, but not for this. Not only they look down upon single mothers, no matter the cause of why they became single mothers, but they also punish them for defending themselves. It's just another law to prevent people from protecting themselves. It's very harsh, and I don't know. As like overall, I am a fan of Japan, right? I really do like their culture overall, but obviously some aspects of their cultures also have downs. Like everything has ups and downs, right? There's pros and cons everywhere.
You don't have to be perfect, and don't work too hard. The worst thing that can happen is for a parent to fall ill, especially a single parent. I used to keep pushing myself to the limit and ended up falling ill. My viewers
Man.
scolded me for it, so I've been more mindful of my workload.
What I just like about Rei's story is that it provides so much hope. She's able to show people that there's always a
Yeah.
way, despite your circumstances or the way people label you. For me though, at a
Very
certain
wholesome.
point, I straight up asked her, how in the world did you persevere through all these life challenges? For her specifically, being a single mother is hard enough, but she also had to deal with other life curveballs, like having her father pass away last year, or dealing day to day with her physically weak body? To that question, she had a short but profound answer.
The more difficult experiences a person has gone through, the more they are able to save someone's soul.
This so much.
The person who never gives up until the end will undoubtedly succeed. These two
So
phrases
true.
have always remained in my heart. Since I was young, I have experienced various illnesses and long-term hospitalizations. Even now, I often can't sing well due to my throat and ear illnesses. But I believe that you will eventually be rewarded for pushing through these tough situations.
This
So
has been the
wholesome,
story
man.
of Otsuka Rei and her inspiring
my
story of being a
God.
single mother VTuber raising her precious 4-year-old daughter, Reika. If you want to support her
How
in any way, all of
adorable!
her social info will be down below. She has expressed deep interest in interacting with overseas fans, so don't be afraid in showing her some love. I will also be assisting her in this really monumental project that US fans will appreciate, so be on the lookout for that. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm going to indulge in my 20th replay of Reika-chan belting out Lolligot Requiem, so peace!
Oh my god, that is so adorable. What a great video too, man. What a great video. Weaponized cuteness? Yeah, absolutely. Even in my country, Poland, it's good because it's safe here, but self-protection laws are pretty complicated. And in one case, a robber came out with a bigger reward than he wanted when he won a case of him being beaten up when his victim protected himself. Yikes, man, what the fuck? Jesus, that's backwards. That's so backwards. The youngest VTuber? Yeah, right? This is wholesome though, makes me smile. It is too wholesome, man. I bet all of us just got diabetes from this, man. Jesus. Jesus.